Hey everybody, welcome to Common Comic Covers. I'm Jeremy,
I'm Andy.
and it's another episode of your favorite YouTube podcast channel station, Common Comic Covers. We're excited you're here. Thanks for following us. Thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribing, if you're not following us, do so. We're on Instagram at Common Comic Covers, and then right here on YouTube. And today we're going to look at Andy and I both have a common comic cover we want to share. I'm going to try to say common comic cover as much as possible. I'm going to share what I'm reading. Andy's going to share. He's going to highlight some books.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Okay, so let's just get it going, Andy. And what's your common comic cover this week?
Yeah, this
common comic cover. Meow.
This is Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends #1, and man, this is a key comic book. This came out in 1981.
Yes,
to support the show. So the show came out. They're like, oh, let's get this comic book on. But this is the first appearance of Firestar. But not in continuity. So she appears in this comic book. She does have a later appearance in Uncanny X-Men 193, and that is her first appearance in continuity. And I have that in Canadian price variant, and it's at CGC right now.
So tell me this: did you have this graded, or did you buy it graded? And why?
I bought it graded, and I bought it for, I think I ended up paying like $75 out. Maybe $80 or something. I was like, it was listed for like 100.
So it's a book you wanted.
Yeah, it was a book I wanted. I was like, I watched some of those Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends shows, and they're terrible. But I was like, oh, I want to watch that. I want to
sentimental value there.
Yeah, I just thought it was
and I remember the show, and it was amazing.
At the time,
I loved Iceman. So we got Iceman, we got Spider-Man, we got Firestar.
Yeah.
And the Green Goblin.
And honestly, I feel like the cover, I'm not doing it justice. It is a cool cover. Like, I love that Green Goblin right there.
Tell me again who did the art.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Dan Spiegel and Vince Coletta. And John Romita Jr. and Al Milgrom cover. So John Romita Jr. and Al Milgrom cover. So no wonder I like the cover.
Okay, there you go. I'm going to say this. The ice looks like ice.
Oh. And you would know.
Yeah, I love a good snow cover. Well, speaking of snow, my common cover this week is Green Lantern number 69. This came out in 1969. This is a Gill Kane cover. And she's ripping her face off. Be nice to the robots, kids. They're taking over. I saw this book just flipping through something, and I just thought it was so cool and gnarly. Obviously, Gill Kane is one of those guys where he's awesome, but he's also done thousands of covers. But to me, this one was just... It's that classic 1960s Silver Age, but then I just like that she's ripping her face off and she's a robot underneath.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
That's crazy. Okay, so like that is what? That's 69. You said that number 69. That's a 75 is when Neil Adams and Dennis O'Neil.
That's right before. Yeah, just before that.
Man, and like that looks like something out of the 50s, and then they're gonna totally revolutionize things in like 6 months.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, 1969. It's very much a golden age style book.
Oh man, yeah. It's very like
just the art. But then Neil Adams is ready to just about ready to
Rip
flip it
everyone's
all.
face off.
I love it. All right, Andy, what you said you had some books you're highlighting.
Oh yeah.
You want to do those next?
Yeah, let's do that. I have these are to me, these are a treasure.
Oh man.
Superpowers. These came out in 81 in support of the Kenner line of toys. So this is a Jack Kirby cover. Plots by Jack Kirby. Canadian price variant.
Wow.
So we got number 1. I got 1 through 5 here, folks. And these are
Out of 5, right? 1 through 5 out of 5.
1
Yeah.
through 5. I mean, and these are
these all Kirby?
These are all Kirby.
Oh my gosh. And this is probably right 81. Did he just start at DC? No, he'd been there for a while.
Yeah, he was in there in the 70s.
Yeah, you're right. It was the 70s. He started there.
Yeah. So I don't know where.
I think it was early 70s actually, or mid.
Yeah.
Because he started on the Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, and all that.
Yeah, and those are 15 center. I think it was like 70 or 71. But this is a cool, like, crazy looking Wonder Woman. And Superman is an ape, you know.
I had these toys.
Yeah. Well, I think you showed that toy of Superman's punching Kara. Wasn't that in this line? Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
The Supermobile.
Supermobile. Yeah. But yeah, I had. Oh, I'm sorry. These were 84. Excuse me. I said 81. I think. But these were just too good. I was perusing stuff and I was like, oh yeah. I would not read these. I don't think.
Were these in the collection that you bought, or are these something you purchased?
Well, I mean, this is the collection I bought. Yeah, and they're they all have like various flaws, and no one would buy them.
Have you?
These are super like. If you want a Jack Kirby, like just punch you in the face cover, and you want to spend literally zero money on it, you could probably pick these up for $1.10.
It sounds like you're selling them.
No, these are treasures to me.
Have you ever, or have you recently bought Canadian price variants outside of the big collection that you bought?
I have. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a thing.
Yeah, I bought Transformers number 8. The first appearance of Dinobots. I bought, I think, Transformers number 7, because that was one that I had when I was a kid, and I was like, I really like this. Let's get all the things. And then I did, and I bought Amazing Spider-Man 245 because I had that when I was a kid too. So I went back and I kind of bought stuff that I had attachment to as a child in the variants.
Yeah.
Well,
cool. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm going to share. And, if our viewers, if you're out there and you didn't watch our special episode that came out before this of Andy opening a CGC box, you're noticing I'm in a different location. I'm not in the library. I'm in my comic cave, common comic cover cave.
That's right. I think you're infringing on Batman at this point. Calling it a cave.
Yeah, okay, I'll work on that. I'm going to share what I'm reading. So I was listening to another podcast. I wish I could tell you which one it was, but I don't remember, and I don't want to say the wrong one. But they kind of coined the question or phrased the question, excuse me, of what is a series, a book that had a short run or a short lifespan of some sort that either kind of just ended out of the blue, or like it ended properly, but was so good and you're just surprised, like, well, how come it's never come back? And so I was intrigued because I love that kind of stuff. Like, I want a good story. Like, first appearances are fun, but I want to read a good story. And so one of the hosts talked about a book that came out in the 90s from DC called Resurrection Man.
Whoa.
And so as luck would have it, I went online and I found a lot of 1 through 22,
Oh my gosh.
and I paid about $25 total.
Okay.
So pretty smoking deal. I'm having to throw away every bag and board that they're in. They've been sitting somewhere musty, and I don't want to put those into my PC. So we're gonna let them air out for a year or so, and then I'll. But I'm reading them.
Okay.
I think
Good.
I'm up to like number 18 now,
Okay.
and
Wow.
they are wonderful.
Wow.
So
Okay.
the main guy is Mitch Kelly. He's Mitch Shelley. He's the Resurrection Man.
Okay.
And I don't want to give a ton of spoilers, but this isn't a huge spoiler. He died, but then a la Wolverine, they took him to a lab and did some experiments, and so now he never dies.
Whoa.
No, excuse me. He dies, but he resurrects.
Resurrects.
But
Okay.
then every time he resurrects, he has a new superpower.
Whoa. Okay.
And so he'll die or he'll get killed. It starts off with him like jumping in front of a bullet from some gang members, and he jumps in front of a bullet so it doesn't kill a kid. And so there's this level of amnesia that he's going through. I'm finding, what was my past life, and so that's kind of part of the journey. But then just seeing, he's not a superhero, like he specifically says, I'm not putting tights on over my underwear, or underwear over my tights, or whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously he's out to do good. His past life turns out was a little shady, and he's trying to make it right. But and obviously there's a whole other cast of characters along the way. Hitman makes an appearance, Supergirl makes an appearance, Deadman, the Phantom Stranger.
Oh, that's cool.
But especially like the first 2 arcs were great. There's some low points, but then it comes back, and looks like DC did another little run of 12 in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, or 2011 or something. Anyway, I'm reading Resurrection Man. They're cheap, and if you're just looking for a good story, and they're definite page turners, if you like reading comic books, and you want something that's not just superheroes, Resurrection Man was a great read. It's written by the team of Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. I think they're part of the British movement that came over in the 90s.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay. So Jeremy, I have a question.
Yeah.
Either or. I'm going to show you 2 comic books, and you have to decide which one you'd want.
Okay.
If they were the same price, grades vary, but the price is the same. Okay.
Okay.
So here's number 1. I'm going to share
it. Okay.
This is called Amazing Spider-Man 15. Can you see it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay.
The first appearance of that guy in the suit there, the green suit.
Yes, the green suit guy. Yes.
His name is Dave.
Dave, yes. And then this is the other one. It's going to be possibly a hard decision.
Oh,
The Incredible Hulk number 1.
Oh, same price because it's different grades.
Mm-hmm.
I have my answer.
Okay. What is it?
Well, it's based off of who. So there's definitely one of those characters that I like more than the other character.
Yeah.
So we have the first appearance of Hulk, and we have the first appearance of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Both holy grails.
Sure. Yes.
If they're both in the same condition, I believe Spider-Man is far more expensive, more.
Yeah,
valuable.
I think Amazing Fantasy 15 is more expensive, but the Hulk is very rare, and I think it's pretty expensive.
I think they're both super collectible. I enjoy the Hulk. I'm going Incredible Hulk number 1.
Yeah, That's a good answer. I think that's what I would do too, because I do love Spider-Man, but I feel like everyone loves Spider-Man. And then but yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about which one do you want to sell, I'm going
Spider-Man, probably.
If you're talking about which one do you want in your personal collection, that when your nerdy friends come over, you take them down to your common comic cover cave.
Yeah.
I want to show them Incredible Hulk #1.
Yeah, I think that's the case. So when I was a child, I had Amazing Spider-Man and Incredible Hulk were books that my parents got me because they were trying to get me to read more. So in the 80s, that's what I got delivered to my door for 12 issues. And so that one's a hard one. But I think I would do the Incredible Hulk too. So
you lost me at that. Was beautiful that your parents did that to get you to read.
Yeah, that's one of the where I got my early comic books was when I was 5 or 6. They got me comic books to help try to encourage me to read more. So.
And that's impressive, because when you and I were growing up, when we were kids, there was definitely a large majority of comic books don't help you read. Like there was a group of, educators, of people. And as a former English teacher, I would definitely say I disagree. Reading is reading, and what a kid wants to read is good. Whatever.
Yeah.
If it's a comic book, if it's a manual on how to change a carburetor, or if it's Moby Dick, that's the right thing to read. So that's really cool. I never knew that your parents did that. That's awesome.
Yeah, both my parents collected comic books when they're younger too. So that was something it was good. So I have fond memories of both those characters as like the early ones that I was introduced to. And the Hulk, he was popular like in the 70s and 80s. He had his own live action TV show. It was a big hit.
Well, so it's Spider-Man.
What?
Not a big hit though.
It wasn't a big hit. But I do remember like the changing when Bruce Banner would change into a Hulk. Scared me so bad.
Yeah. What was his name?
Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah. So good. Anyways, my at dinner the other night, my one son was like, "Why, when the Hulk turns into the Hulk, when Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk, why do his pants become purple?"
It's his Spanx. He's wearing Spanx.
There you go. I'll tell him that. It's his Spanx. Don't ask these questions, son.
My son loves the Hulk right now, and I have the Marvel Essentials #1 of the Hulk laying around, and so we're reading around. He's asking me to read it. Right up there, yeah. A Bruce Timm cover too, which is really cool.
Is it really?
Yeah, those are Bruce Timm. Like I'm like, yeah.
Keep talking.
Yeah. So I'm reading it, and it's like the early ones are like, it's not the Hulk changes because he gets angry. It's the Hulk changes at night. Like it's when that sun goes down, he changes into.
Oh, that is.
Yeah,
that is a Bruce Timm cover.
Yeah, and there's Bruce Timm art in there, like the extra pages and stuff. It's cool. It's
a good, there's another Bruce Timm right there.
Yeah, I've thought about making that the common cover of the week for me in the past, but we won't do that now.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Well, we should probably go.
Well, let us know. Are you going Spider-Man? Are you going Hulk? And until next time, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Andy. And as Ringo Starr says, peace, love, peace, love.